It's not diet, it's not exercise, and it's not your sleep quality. I'm about to share with you the #1 factor that's going to determine how long you're going to live. And this was a subject of a massive meta-analysis conducted by scientists at the University of North Carolina and Brigham Young University.
The analysis included 148 separate studies and over 300,000 participants.
After analyzing the data on a massive amount of lifestyle factors, including diet, exercise, sleep habits, smoking habits, and so much more, the researchers found that people who had healthy social bonds had a 50% boost in longevity versus people who didn't. Said another way, people who have healthy relationships have a 50% reduction in premature death from all causes. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, infectious diseases, you name it. Having strong, healthy relationships is the ultimate defense against all of it.
And to put the icing on the cake, I recently had a conversation with the director of the longest running longitudinal study on human longevity ever conducted. This study has been going on for over 80 years, and Dr. Robert Waldinger is the 4th director out of Harvard University who's managing this study. Again, after analyzing diet, exercise habits, smoking behavior, alcohol consumption, everything that you can think of, Dr. Waldinger and his team revealed that it is healthy relationships that impact how long we're going to live more than anything else. Now, my question was why? When I asked Dr. Waldinger why our relationships are so impactful on our lifespan, he said that it's the remarkable impact that healthy relationships have on stress. You see, stress is an underlying culprit in our epidemics of chronic disease. This analysis, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, found that up to 80% of all physician visits today have a major stress-related component.
Unprocessed and unmanaged stress can absolutely kick our ass, metabolically speaking.
Chronic stress has been proven to increase systemic inflammation, derange immune system function, increase the storage of visceral belly fat, disrupt hormone function, and increase the risk of just about every chronic and infectious disease that you can name.
But please don't get it twisted. Stress is not bad in and of itself. Stress is occurring and being modulated by our bodies at all times.
We actually need stress in ample amounts to do just about all of the amazing things that our bodies can do. Stress helps us to grow, to heal, and to adapt.
But, and it's a big old but, excessive stress that we don't process can mess us up abruptly or, more often, lead to death by 1,000 cuts.
What Dr. Waldinger shared was that healthy social relationships are the ultimate tool for helping us to process our stress. Now, how do our relationships do that? They provide someone or someones to share your struggles with, to vent to offer you mental and emotional support, to provide affirmation and empowerment, to help you to get things done and to solve your stressors, and to simply be there for you.
Healthy relationships help us to metabolize stress like few things can. In fact, that huge meta-analysis that we covered earlier from researchers at the University of North Carolina and Brigham Young University
detailed how healthy relationships appear to provide resources that promote adaptive behavior changes and neuroendocrine responses to acute or chronic stressors. The researchers stated, quote, "The aid from social relationships thereby moderates or buffers the deleterious influence of stressors on health," unquote.
Again, that study revealed that having healthy social relationships led to a 50% boost in longevity, more so than exercise or any other factor. Although those things are important and absolutely improve our quality of life and our lifespan, they simply don't hold a candle to the power of healthy relationships in our lives. In fact, the quality of your relationships impact your diet, your exercise habits, and your sleep habits more than just about anything else.
Our relationships really are the umbrella under which everything else in our lives are settled. Now, what if you feel like you don't have those healthy relationships to help you to process your stress? I mean, many of us don't. I grew up in the inner city, surrounded by a lot of violence outside of my home and in my home as well. And at times, those conditions made me feel very isolated and alone. But I had bonds with my family that I valued, and although we moved around a lot, I'd always seek to find friends and develop relationships in the different communities that we'd be a part of.
At that time, it was through sports and physical activity that I found friends who I could support and who could support me. And even though I didn't feel like I had a great blueprint for healthy relationships, my desire to love and my intention helped me to find the people and the relationships that I truly wanted to have.
Unfortunately, although our relationships are the number one determinant on our lifespan and likely the number one determinant on our quality of life, next to nothing is taught to us about how to create, support, and sustain healthy relationships in our culture today. And that is an absolute atrocity that needs to change.
And so I want to provide you with some practical science-based strategies to help you to find, nourish, and sustain healthy relationships in your life.
Number one, clarity and intention are essential. In my conversation with leading neuroscientist, Dr. James Doty, he shared with me the parts of the brain that work together to deliver what appears to be manifestation. He shared that parts of the brain, like the reticular activating system, the default mode network, and the salient system, all work together to help us to filter out things that are unnecessary and to focus on and find the things that we value most. The bottom line is you will find what you focus on. If creating healthy relationships is something that is important to you, you've got to make it an intention, get clear, get crystal clear on what you want, the relationships that you're looking for. And also, according to this esteemed neuroscientist, it's incredibly valuable to write it down. Make it real by writing it down. Get clear on your vision of the relationships that you want. Set your intention. Your intention is incredibly powerful, and that is the first domino that can push over everything else to find, to qualify, and to cultivate those healthy relationships that you're looking for.
Tip number 2 is to eat together more often. For thousands of years, humans have been connecting over food. It is one of the most valuable things that we can do together. As a matter of fact, a recent study published in the journal Pediatrics found that children who eat together with their parents or caregivers at least 3 meals per week have a dramatic decrease in their risk of obesity and disordered eating. Plus, another study that was on tech workers at IBM found that when people were able to make it home in time to have dinner with their families on a regular basis, productivity stayed high, work morale stayed high, and overall job satisfaction stayed high as well. But as soon as work cut into their abilities to sit down and have dinner with their families, work morale plummeted, productivity plummeted, and overall job satisfaction went down as well. This, according to the researchers, was taking away from their ability to process stress, to metabolize stress by connecting with the people that they love. So my tips for you here are to make it a mandate to get 3 meals per week with friends and or family. This could be any meal, this could be brunch, this could be dinner, this could be getting together for coffee. But make it a mandate, put it on your schedule, 3 meals per week with the ones that you love.
Tip number 3 is to get out of your shell. Get out there, get involved. Attend events with friends or family, group workouts, community service, neighborhood walks and hikes. The possibilities for connection are endless. But we've got to get out there and do it. And social isolation is poison for our bodies. One of the largest cohort studies ever conducted was recently published in the journal Nature Human Behavior. It examined the links between loneliness, social isolation, and early death among more than 2 million adults. The researchers found that people who experienced social isolation had a 32% higher risk of dying early from any cause compared with those who weren't socially isolated. We need each other, truly. So make it a mandate to say yes to more things that help you to connect with others in the real world. As more and more of our lives are ending up behind screens, this is more important than ever.
Tip number 4 is to hug a mother lover, all right? The power of a hug cannot be understated. Multiple studies have affirmed that simply hugging somebody that you care about, you both get an increase in restorative hormones like oxytocin. Plus, a fascinating new study just found that a simple hug between people who love each other can decrease your levels of cortisol as well. So hug a mother lover. Make it a purposeful, intentional practice to hug the people that you care about as frequently as you can. Really get in there, give them a good hug, and a good principle is to hug until they let go. And lastly, number 5 is to make it a study. As with anything in life that we want to get great at, we've got to study how to become excellent. And it's never been easier to connect ourselves with education to build and protect our healthiest social bonds.
Today, we have access to books, podcasts, and amazing videos right at our fingertips. We have the ability to learn from some of the world's greatest experts right in the palm of our hand or at the touch of a couple of buttons. And we've done some master classes with some of these leading experts right here on the Model Health Show that you can check out. And we'll put all of them for you in the show notes below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like this video and also share your voice in the comment section below. I want you to share what relationship came along in your life or that maybe you grew up with that really gave you that sense of community and support and unconditional love. Or if you don't have that right now, what is the relationship that you feel that you deserve and you aspire towards having? Share your voice in the comment section below and I'll make sure to check it out and to talk with you down there. And I really do appreciate you hanging out.
Hey, if you like this video, make sure to check out this video right here.
Intermittent fasting has recently exploded in popularity, driven by claims of rapid weight loss, improved mental health, and even reversal of chronic diseases.
But is intermittent fasting as miraculous as it's purported to be, especially when it comes to fat loss?